Hi everyone, welcome to Deeper Into Dreams podcast. My name is Wilson, the podcast where we explore the realms of self-development, motivation, and self-awareness. And as always, I'm excited to take you on a journey of personal growth and enlightenment. This week, on our first episode, we are thrilled to welcome a rising star to our podcast. He goes by the name Hizo Trey Fiver. Welcome to the podcast, man.
How you doing, Wilson?
I'm doing great, man. Sure. And Hizo Fiver has been making waves in the music industry. We're going to listen to his inspiring story, and I cannot wait to dive deeper into it. So in this episode, we'll be discussing his journey, motivations, and what inspired him to start making music rather. And I'd like to really understand more about his journey and what keeps him going. I think the second thing that we're going to look at is what keeps him pushing. What keeps him releasing the music that he's releasing, and what is his ultimate dream. When it comes to the music industry. Last but certainly not least, we explore how Hizo Fiver is continuously improving himself and his music. We'll also discuss what he is doing to keep his skills sharp and his music fresh. All right. Hizo Fiver, I welcome you once again to Deeper Into Dreams podcast.
Thanks a lot, man.
All right.
Yeah.
So my first question really is, I'd like you to tell us a little bit about yourself and what motivated you to pursue a music career.
Okay. So about myself, my name's Helen Thomas Kawanga. Born February. My music, it's been quite a journey. From discovering that I could actually sing, rap, and produce. It's been a long journey. I started out. I think that was like 2009. That's when I discovered that. I used to listen to a lot of Lil Wayne songs at that time. So I was like a huge fan of Lil Wayne. So I could listen to his music a lot, try to mimic him and act like I'm him, all that stuff, back in the days when all of us were Lil Wayne fans, listening to Lollipop and the likes. So trying to rap, I started out as a rapper, so I tried to rap like him, and then I realized that I was actually good at freestyling. I could go to school back. I remember I was at Our Lady's school, which was a private Catholic school. So I could go there, and when knocking off, my friends would make beats on the table, banging the table, and I would be there freestyling, rapping words, random words, So my musical journey it's long, but I made my first song. I think that was in 2016. That's when I hit the studio and did a first song.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really inspiring. That's really interesting. How it used to be back in the day. We used to have, these idols as well. Because I remember, I used to be passionate as well about the music. And who used to inspire me the most was Akon. I used to love his style and everything. So definitely, I think music is really powerful, and you really need to have somebody to inspire you actually to be able to do it. I'm really thrilled to learn that about you, bro. So my second question would be, I just really want to understand your journey. Let's talk about your journey. You talked about having started released your first song in 2016. How did it perform? How was that?
At the time I was still in school. I was at a boarding school. So what used to happen is that when I'm at school and they give me that money I'm supposed to use at school, I would keep some of the money, and then I go home and I was that was the first time I was doing that. So I came back home, and then I talked to a few friends that I already knew from back home who were doing music, and I told them to introduce me to a producer. I remember that was in Avondale. There was a studio in Avondale. I still remember the producer's name was JC. So I went to his studio. by the time I had this friend of mine. His name is Savior SMSP. That's his stage name.
Okay.
Yeah, we did the song together. The name of the song was Immortal Love.
Oh, interesting.
It was some R&B. I was singing, and then he was doing the rap. So like we went there. Yeah, and
okay.
I remember it was a nice song.
Okay.
But because of me going to school and at the time I didn't have like money to promote the song, so like all I used to do was release the song, maybe say on that time there was Reverb. Is it Reverb Nation? It was something. It was huge at the time. Like I think a lot of artists used to use that site to promote their music, so I would upload my music there and just promote it on Facebook and just share in groups, you know.
Wow.
And the response was good. Like for my first song, the response was good.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and it made waves at school.
Wow, that's really
it made a lot of waves at school. I remember, you know, the girls would be like, "Oh, you're the one who did that song," and I'm like, "Oh, damn!" I was like,
you mentioned that you did your first song when you were still in school.
Yeah.
Did your parents know about that?
Yeah, my parents knew about me and doing music.
Okay.
But they were not that supportive.
Okay.
You know, African parents and talent.
Definitely.
They want you to. They were thinking that was a distraction.
Okay.
Towards my school, you know.
Definitely, yeah.
So they didn't really support me.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I understand.
Okay, definitely.
Yeah, it's normal coming from an African
as you
parent.
grow, because you know we're talking about that's 2016 and we're in 2023 now. Right now you've released quite a number of songs.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Have you done an EP or anything like that?
I haven't done any compilation of my songs. I just drop singles, but I'm working on an EP.
Okay. Yeah, you have quite a number of songs actually, and most people haven't yet listened to you. Yeah, because you know, when I listened to your music the first time, I was really inspired. I was so thrilled, and I was like, you know, we need to talk to this guy. We need to bring him on the podcast and just learn more about who Hizo Fiver is and what he's doing. So right now, you mentioned that your parents were not so supportive at the time, but right now, where you are your parents supporting you with the dream that you are actually, you know, pursuing? Yeah,
you know, surprisingly, I used to pray for this to happen, and like it's like everyone is now buying into the vision because they've seen that I keep going, you know. They thought it was just something I was doing when I was young, and it was just a fling, I can say, something like that. They thought I was just going through stages of growth, and but now they see that I'm actually serious with the music. And 2023 I think this is going to be my breakthrough year because everyone is supporting, like coming from all angles, you know, like So they're supporting me now.
Okay, that's really interesting. You know, it's always you know how African parents react, you know, when it comes to especially academics, because back in the day, you know, we just used to believe that you have to go to school for you to, you know, for you to make it.
Exactly.
But they never really considered the talents, you know, the skills, the art. And I'm really happy that now you have the support that you really needed. Yeah. So I'm really touched by your story. You know, it's really interesting. Okay. Yeah. So I'd like to know. You know, you said you've put out quite a number of songs. Would you mind telling us maybe how many songs you've done so far?
Okay, putting out, I haven't put out a lot of songs, but there are a lot of songs that are just in the studio, like waiting to be released. So like I've recorded number of songs. I wouldn't like some I even lost. Okay, I'm bad. I was really going back, back in the. Like going back in the odd years, the years that have passed by. I think I was serious with my music, but I was stuck. I was stuck. I can use that term. I was stuck. Yeah, I was stuck because I didn't have I knew I needed money to promote my music, but I never had a source of that money. And then I would do like brilliant songs, you know, where you've got a very good song, and then you see the industry and people putting out songs and they're hitting, and your song is like better, maybe way better, but you just don't know how to get it out there for people to hear.
Definitely,
music.
I understand your frustration.
Yeah, so I was frustrated, and I was heartbroken because when I was at school, and I had so much encouragement from like listening to music by the artists that I love. So when I was at school, I never really knew how the music industry really was. Like, I never knew how it is to be out there in the music industry and how to make it. So I thought when I just finished school, I'm going to dive into the music industry, drop a few songs, and boom, I blow up. Then I came to face reality.
Yeah.
And whoa, music is a hard field.
Okay.
It's a hard field.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I was heartbroken, and then I stopped dropping music. I think 2023 will be like the first time I'm dropping a song in maybe 3 or 2 years.
Wow.
Because I was stuck. I never knew what to do. I was heartbroken. I was frustrated and shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So, wow. That's quite a journey. Life is full of highs and lows. Sometimes you get the support.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't. But then, how do you stay motivated and keep producing new music? I know you've done quite a couple of songs.
Yeah.
And I'm really sure that when people get to listen to you, when you put your music out and you push it out there, they're going to fall in love with you.
Yeah.
So now, how do you stay motivated? With all these frustrations, with all these challenges, like what keeps you going, man?
I think for me, my past songs. Okay. When I listen to my past songs, and I always get that vibe that there's something in there. Yeah. I feel there's something in me that needs to be out there. True. So every time I look myself in the mirror with headsets, I love headsets. I'm always in headsets. My mom complains about that.
Oh, okay.
So like when I'm listening, and then I come across a song of mine, and then I listen. Maybe let's say I was listening to someone else on the playlist, someone big, right?
Yeah.
And then my song just jumps on the playlist, and then I hear myself. I'm like, yo, this is even better than the current song I was listening to.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, yo. And then I you always have those moments where you get frustrated and you're like, I'm putting the mic down, then when I'm taking walks and when I'm maybe coming back from work and then I'm listening to music, then my song just jumps in. I'm like, oh man, I still got vibe, I still got game, I still got something to prove to the world, I still got something to prove to the fam, to everybody. And then it motivates me. It just switches.
Wow.
Like, my mind just switches and I'm like, all right, I'm going back in the studio. Yeah. And I'm fully.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what motivates me. Myself, I think I'm self-motivated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I keep myself going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's really powerful. That's very powerful. And indeed, for one to achieve something, you really need to have an intrinsic motivation.
Yeah.
You really need to pick up yourself, motivate yourself, because
exactly.
We're in a world where it's full of negativity,
and
if you concentrate on what people say, sometimes you end up losing your dream.
Exactly.
But have you ever faced people who've come out negative towards your music?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Most of the times it's going to be producers that do not understand my sound.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some producers whereby they just don't understand your sound, and then to try and make themselves look right or seem right, they try to downgrade you.
Oh yeah.
They try to make you think, or maybe make you look like you don't know what you're doing, but you know what you're doing, because I'm the artist, I'm the one singing, I'm the one who wrote the song. I have the idea of how my song should sound.
Definitely.
You get it?
Yeah.
So I'm going to pull up in someone's studio and have this vibe, and if you're playing something that does not go the same direction, of course I'm going to be like, yo, this is not what I want.
Okay.
And then now, you being a big producer, mostly it's big producers, like these producers who are ahead.
Yeah.
If you haven't blown up yet and you're still upcoming or rising, these guys can really make you feel like you're nothing.
Yeah, true. Okay. All right. So has that ever made you feel like, maybe doubt yourself? Have you ever felt like maybe I'm not good enough for the industry, or what do you do in such circumstances when a big producer, I'm not going to say any names, but he says, might say, you're not doing anything here. So how do you cope? How do you shield that negativity, from affecting you, from just dropping the tools and say, no, music is not my field. We've seen people who've given up because of that, but how do you manage to penetrate that and just leave it, say, this is me, I'm going to do it my way, and I know my music is better than what this person is saying, because it is you who is feeling that. So how do you...
Okay, so for me, it's just like you say, journey, right? Like I've had a couple few me's. So like there's a lot of me's in me. Okay. There's me, myself, and I. So like what I do is I make a meeting in my mind. Like I just sit, meditation, right? I meditate upon, like, okay, let's say like I went to the studio and then I was about to do a song, and the producer told me the song is not good. So I'm going to go back to my drawing board with myself. Sit down and then start talking to myself. I start talking to myself. I ask myself, what's wrong with my song? So from there, the meeting is going to come out from my head, and then it's going to come like in public. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that song, the same song that this producer said that is not good, right? And then maybe I'm going to do a demo version of the song by myself. That's what I started doing. The reason to I started producing. I produce myself now.
Oh, great.
And the reason to that is because of the producers. And okay, can I just add? I really wanna say this. I've been dying to say this.
Yeah, sure.
I think this is the right
free space.
And I think this will help out a lot of uprising stars, a lot of uprising musicians with what's been happening to me in the past years. So like I've been working with producers, and then something surprised me about the Zambian music industry. I don't know, but I've been paying, like you go to a studio, right? They give you the rates of how much they charge for per session, right? So like you go to the studio, you pay for the song, you record the song, and then they just go quiet and your song doesn't come out.
Wow.
Like this has happened to me with about 5 producers now. 4 or 5, I don't know.
Wow.
I pay the money.
Okay.
I do the song. And there are people in the studio.
Definitely.
The people love the song. They say it's good. They're feeling it. And the song just never comes out.
Wow. Okay.
I keep calling this guy. He keeps giving me stories. They keep giving me stories.
Okay, but didn't you go to them and say, hey, man, I did a song and I paid for this.
Bro,
so where's the product? I mean, you need to get value for your money.
They know themselves. You guys know yourselves. I hope you're going to see this. Yeah, so like my journey has been difficult until I came to so going back to your question. So what I do is I'm going to do a demo of a song that maybe a producer or somebody said is not good. And then I'm going to send it to some people, some people that I know, and maybe random people, and then I'll make them listen to the song. For me, I give myself, the way I control myself and the way I drop music is I give myself a that thing where you ask people for their opinions. Definitely. And then if maybe out of 5, let's say 3 people say it's good and then 2 people say it's bad, I choose majority. If maybe let's say I've given 10 people and then let's say 8 say that my song is good. The rest I don't care. Because if 8 people can say the song is good, how many more can think that song is good in the whole world?
Okay. Wow.
So like I it's kind of a majority rule that I use.
Wow.
Now.
Okay. That's very powerful.
But
sure.
I trust myself.
Okay.
If I think a song is good, it's good. I trust the number one thing about me is that I trust my music. I sit down for this music. I write.
Okay.
My family is the witness. I make noise for them. I write a song, practice it, and when I cut that song, it's done.
Okay.
So yeah.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's really powerful. Yeah. I've seen quite a number of people. Some of them, when somebody doesn't agree with you, doesn't give you the platform, some of them, they give up for good and the dream dies. But you have the motivation, you produce your own music. When you feel somebody doesn't agree with you, you keep pushing it until people accept it, and that's the spirit, and that's why we have this podcast. It's about motivation, it's about self-awareness, it's about enlightenment, and that's basically what we're looking for. And I'm really proud of how you're reacting to some of the obstacles that you're encountering on your way. So now, have you ever thought of let's say a record label offers you a deal to record with them after they listen to your songs? Would you be would you think of signing up with them, or you will still want to stick solo as a solo producer, like because of your previous experiences, of course?
Okay, so like that question, I think it depends.
Okay.
With what's in the contract.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
What's in the contract?
That's a good one.
What's in it for me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think you've touched most of the areas, because my next question I was actually going to ask you about the things that you are doing right. Okay, yeah, I think this is relevant. I think we haven't even touched it. So what things are you doing right now to improve your music and craft? Like you said, you from 2016, you've been pushing. I'd like to believe there's something that keeps motivating you, because what you're producing now is better than what you produced back in the day.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that you're doing right now to improve your music and craft?
For me, I think it's listening to more music. I listen to a lot of sounds.
Okay.
I listen to a lot of sounds. I don't stick to one specific sound. I would listen to a lot of sounds, like a lot of music by a lot of different people in a lot of countries. So
okay.
That keeps my craft strong, wide, and diverse, And then if it comes to my vocals, I'm usually exercising, jogging.
Okay.
I feel it opens up the vocal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like those are the few things I do to like sharpen my craft.
Wow, that's interesting. You've heard it yourselves. It's really interesting, and you see how Hizo Fiver has been pushing to do his music and some of the tactics that he is using. So, what are your last remarks to somebody who's aspiring to be in your sport? I know you haven't yet pushed your music much out there, but I know there are a few people who've listened to your music and they love it, and I have no doubt that anybody else who's going to listen to your music, they're going to love it, man. So what are your remarks for somebody out there maybe who was discouraged by a big producer and they just feel like this is it, this is the end, end of me, but you picked yourself up, you polish the music, you work on yourself, and you put the music out there yourself, since somebody else doesn't want to accept, and turns out many other people agree with you and accept the music. So what's your advice to somebody out there who has been discouraged and who is sitting on their dream?
I even sit like this.
Yeah.
I want, and I cannot stress this enough.
Okay.
People artists specifically, guys, you have to believe in yourself. First thing that I'm going to say, you really have to believe in yourself. This is a very hard industry we're in, especially it being in Zambia, where everything is taken for granted. You really have to believe in yourself, and you have to believe that you've got what it takes to be the person. You have to, like that name, the stage name you gave yourself, you have to wear it every day. It should be like some swag to yourself, like you put it on. Be that guy, be that girl, be the musician, be the artist. Like I live as Hizo Fiver now every day. Like I'm trying to be Hizo Fiver. There's the you that you are, and there's this artist that you're trying to be. So you have to be that person. Believe in yourself. Negativity is always going to be there, but just brush it off. I've gone through a lot of negativity. I've gone through a lot of negative vibes from a lot of people, some being family members, some just being people I know, some being even my friends that claim to love me,
Yeah.
So you have to believe in yourself, believe in God, because only God can make a way for you in the end of the day. Believe in God, trust yourself, trust your craft, and always try to enhance your craft. Yeah.
Wow.
So number one thing, believe, have faith, and go hard. Let them know who you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much, Hizo Fiver. That was very powerful. I hope you're listening, and I hope you've taken note of what Hizo Fiver has put out. But before I let you go, Hizo Fiver, I just have one last question. Do you have anything that you've worked on this year that you intend to put out? Do we have any new music that you intend to put out this year?
There's okay, like I said, I've got a lot of songs that are packed, I packed in my PC.
Yeah.
So I've been working on those songs. Most of them are old, and I thought they were rusty.
Okay.
But me listening to them again, I'm like, oh no, I have to put this music out.
Definitely.
So I am not doing anything new, but I'm trying to put out my old songs. But
okay,
I'm producing them myself.
Wow.
I'm letting go of the production by the other producers. So
Okay.
I'm remaking the beats for my songs.
Wow.
And then I'm putting them out. So I've got a song coming out, dropping soon.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to drop before this drops or after this drops, but there's a Flamingo song dropping.
Okay.
I hope you do the visuals for the song.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm on it, brother.
Yeah, there's a song coming out. I'm not going to say the title of the song now. Maybe I should I?
Okay, yeah, I think you already mentioned it. Did you say Flamingo?
Flamingo, yeah.
Okay, wow. Okay, that's
Flamingo,
interesting.
yeah, so
I was going to ask you what
Flamingo
Flamingo means, but since we're not discussing that on this episode, I'm not going to bother you. But of course, Flamingo is coming out soon, people.
Soon, yeah.
So be on the lookout for Hizo Fiver Flamingo. It's going to be lit. So we should be expecting to hear Flamingo. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
bro.
All right. Yeah, bro. Thank you so much for joining me on this podcast. It's really been an interesting chat that we've had here. This is a free space, and we look forward to having you again. Someday, maybe after. I don't know. We look forward to have you again on the podcast where we can discuss many other things. Otherwise, we really appreciate your time for you to take time and just be with us on Deeper into Dreams podcast. Otherwise, really appreciate you, bro.
Thanks a lot, bro.
Sure. Maybe you've got any last remarks before we call it.
All right, yo. It's Hizo Fiver, Hizo Trey Fiver X, Chalala's very own, the greatest still, the baddest still. All right, yeah. I'm going to say a lot of things, man. Let's just. All right. Look out for Flamingo, and I would like to shout out to everybody that I know and everybody that's been supporting me from day one, the people that are joining the team, and I would like to shout out to you, Wilson. Thanks for this opportunity, and thanks for everything that you keep doing. Try and get me out there, you know what I mean?
All right,
thanks
bro.
a lot.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. All right, thanks for tuning in today. We hope you enjoyed learning about Hizo Fiver and his journey. This has been a very exciting episode. See you next time, and take care of yourselves. Make sure that you've learned something from this podcast. It's all about motivation, self-development, and you keep working on yourself. We'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much, and have a lovely day. See ya.
Havana yuso dopu mani kola ne. The way you tango nga ufina ye. Tamaika with a star great things me. Got me driving to your beat and I fina say. Havana yuso dopu mani kola ne. The way you tango nga ufina ye. Tamaika with a star great things me. Got me driving to your beat and I fina say. What's your name? Can I get your number? Or maybe take you home? 'Cause I really wanna have